What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the top 5 most broken builds in part of Exile's 1 Legacy of Phrecia. So in this guide I will give you a quick overview of each setup, then I will explain what are their strengths and weaknesses, then how do their key mechanics work, what gear and items should you focus on, then also on what you should spend your passive points and much more. If you are looking for any of these builds on the website for their path of building, then click my link in the description or the pinned comment. The Power Siphon Scavenger build, also known as the Power Siphon Scion build, is a high-speed range character that is designed to clear maps effectively while maintaining great survivability and single target damage. It will leverage the Power Siphon skill, which is a wand attack that fires projectiles at enemies, with the added benefit of generating the power charges on a kill. These charges will boost critical strike chance, synergizing perfectly with a crit focused playstyle. Key skills and support gems are linked with a high impact support gem like the greater multiple projectiles, inspiration, added lightning damage and critical damage, to maximize projectile output and critical strike potential. His base skill, the Sniper's Mark, is used to amplify damage against tougher enemies, while the Hydrosphere aids in chaining projectiles for increased AoE coverage. For weapon and gear, this build relies on a dual-wielding wand with a high critical strike chance and elemental damage, ensuring rapid attack speed and powerful crits. His defensive layer, including evasion rating, spell suppression and life leech, allow the character to sustain through incoming damage while remaining agile. And lastly, the Ascenat's Gentle Touch is notable glove option that enables the Curse explosions to further enhance our clearing speed. The Power Siphon Scavenger excels in a fast-paced mapping. It will obliterate packs from distance while maintaining high mobility through flasks and dashes for quick repositioning. Power charges are maintained effortlessly due to the on-kill effect, making it easy to sustain high DPS. While for bosses, the combination of the Sniper Mark, Hydrosphere and the concentrated projectile enables effective single target damage without sacrificing mobility. As far as our main pros and cons go, our pros are exceptional clearing speed, high critical damage and excellent mobility. It also benefits from a flexible gearing process due to multiple viable wand options. While for cons, we are relatively squishy against heavy physical hits and chaos damage if proper gear or flasks aren't utilized. So overall, the Power Siphon Scavenger is an agile crit-focused wand build that is perfected for players who enjoy fast mapping and explosive damage. With its high mobility and strategic use of power charges, it balances offense and defense efficiently, making it a top-tier choice for endgame content in PoE's one new event. And if you're looking for a full in-depth guide, then click the link in the description for the full path of building. The Volcanic Fissure Marauder build, also known as the Volcanic Fissure Ancestral Commander build, is the powerhouse of a melee setup that is designed to devastate enemies with explosive fire damage, while maintaining exceptional survivability. It utilizes the Volcanic Fissure skill and Ancestral Commander Ascendancy, which slams the ground to create fissures that travel forward, erupting beneath enemies. This provides high area damage and consistent single target DPS, making it ideal for mapping and bossing. So let's take a look at our core gameplay and mechanics. As far as key skills and support gems go, the Volcanic Fissure is linked with supports like increased critical strikes, elemental damage with attacks, fire penetration, inspiration and the multi-strike. These will amplify its fire damage, crit potential and attack speed, ensuring rapid fissure generation. The Leap Slam will provide mobility, while the Molten Shell is used as defensive guard skill to absorb damage. And then Berserk enhances our burst DPS during tough encounters by consuming Rage for increased damage, attack speed and damage mitigation. Next we have weapons and gear. This build focuses on using a two-handed mace or a staff with a high speed damage and critical strike chance. The Impact Force Propagator or any crafted rare mace with a fire damage and crit multiplier are the most popular choices. Defensively, the build emphasizes on armor, life leech and fire resistance. Items like the Chaos Heart provide massive life boosts, enchanting durability. And lastly, our flasks will play a huge role, including instant life flasks, granite flasks for armor, and Vice Oak for elemental penetration. Next we have gameplay, and this build revolves around rapidly slamming the ground with the Volcanic Fissure that generate waves of fiery explosions that clear packs effortlessly. Then the Leap Slam will enable us to quickly reposition, maintaining high mobility while dodging dangerous mechanics. while then Berserk is used strategically during boss fights to maximize burst damage, especially when combined with the Val Molten Shell for quick invulnerability. The main pros of this build is high area damage, solid single target DPS, and strong life pool with the leech mechanics for sustainability. However, for counts we have that it requires precise positioning due to melee range, and we will also rely on critical hits for optimal damage output. So overall the Volcanic Fissure Marauder is formidable melee build that excels in fire explosive damage while maintaining durability through life leech and armor. It is perfect for players who enjoy visceral playstyle, with massive slams and a balance of offense and defense. The Storm Rain Ranger build, also known as the Storm Rain Whisperer build, is a powerful bow-based character that specializes in delivering devastating lightning damage through a barrage of arrows. Using the Storm Rain skill, arrows will stick to the ground, forming beams of lightning between them that zap nearby enemies, which provides exceptional AoE control and damage over time. So let's see what are his core mechanics and gameplay features. Well, as far as his skills and support gems go, the Storm Rain is linked with a support gem like the elemental damage with attacks, inspiration, added lightning damage, lightning penetration, and the greater multiple projectiles. This maximizes lightning damage and the number of arrows, ensuring dense coverage of electrified zones. Then the Sniper Mark is used to enhance our single target damage, while Tornado is utilized to further boost the lightning damage output by duplicating projectiles. And lastly, our dash will provide quick movement, and the Val Grace will enhance survivability with the dodge and spell evades. Next we have weapons and gear. This build uses a high attack speed bow with bonuses to the lightning damage and critical strike chance. Unique bows with the Storm Cloud or the crafted rares with the lightning penetration are excellent choices to maximize damage, and items with elemental damage, critical multiplier, and projectile speed are usually prioritized. And defensively, we will rely on evasion rating, spell suppression, and life leech from attacks, so we could maintain a safe distance while staying mobile. Next up we have our gameplay style, and the Storm Rain Ranger excels in controlling large areas by carpeting them with electrified arrows, which effectively zones enemies into deadly AoE traps. Positioning is crucial, so we want to fire arrows strategically to overlap beams and maximize DPS. Then our Sniper Mark is deployed on tougher enemies, which amplifies damage through increased critical strikes and projectile damage. And finally, as I've mentioned, we want to keep using the dash to stay out of harm's way, maintaining high mobility and avoid incoming attacks. As far as our build's pros go, we have exceptional area control, high lightning damage and great mobility. It also offers a strong defensive layer with evasion and spell suppression. However, for cons we have that we heavily rely on positioning for optimal damage, and we are vulnerable to chaos damage due to our limited life pool. So overall the Storm Rain Whisperer is a dynamic bow build that excels at area control and lightning based DPS. By leveraging the chaining and overlapping mechanics of the Storm Rain, it delivers high damage over time while maintaining great mobility. This setup is ideal for players who enjoy strategic positioning and a high paced electrified playstyle.